scholarship part roughly. So maybe if you can please continue from there, yeah, how it was exactly.
Sure. And finally, when I saw my name on the list, and I was so shocked that what? So I just felt that when you genuinely want something and you are honest about it, you will get it. And
Hmm.
nothing is impossible, right? Even if I had so many competitors who were genuinely, they were really nice. But I was one of the two students who went to Japan and got
Hmm.
this opportunity to study at Fukuoka Women's University, and I did 1 year research about it. So this was a really amazing experience, lifetime, study abroad and learn about the culture, and working with other international students really gave me a perspective that why global education is so important, because it's not just the content or the study that you are doing, but also the relationship, the network, the perspective that you interact with. For the same topic, you have 20 different perspectives from 20 different nationalities, right? So that really makes a lot of difference when it comes to the global perspective of study or
Hmm.
education.
Was that something that spurred your insights into Harvard, specifically speaking? Of course, we can delve into that later, but I know having a global, let's say, exposure for that matter teaches you a lot of things, right? A lot of cultures intermingle together. But was that something that spurred you for Harvard, or like what was it exactly that made you think, my next step is now Harvard for my master's or something?
So even in Japan, I got an opportunity to apply to the universities there
Hmm.
because I was physically there. But I somehow, thought that I really want to go to US and for my higher studies, considering the kind of quality education that we get. And when it comes to US, of course, Harvard was my first choice. And from past 3 years, I have been working for it. Okay, and I recall back in 2018, upon coming back from Japan, I applied to 5 universities in the US and one university in Canada. So I got rejection from all 5 universities and got selected in one of the universities in Canada. Okay,
Hmm.
and I remember it was back in September 2018.
Hmm.
Uh, yes, September 2018. I was I'm sorry, September 2019. Okay. So I was all set that, okay, I'm all set for Canada, and I was moving to Vancouver. And I remember I decided not to board the flight just a day before, because that is when, I just realized that this is not something I want in life. I really want to go
Hmm.
to Harvard.
Hmm.
And then
Okay.
I deferred my education for next year, and next year it was COVID. I don't know what stopped me back then, but 2 years we had COVID, and I was so amazed that there was this calling came from inside that, hey, you're not going to Canada. Everything was set, but I did not fly. But from past 2 years, I have been working with Ekadamar Foundation, but I was also working on my dream or to go to Harvard.
Hmm.
So it's not just one day work, but from past 2 years, 3 years, I have been working for Harvard, because 3 years ago when I applied, I got a rejection letter from Harvard, and I really saw the weaknesses, where are the places where I can work on, and this is what I did from past 2 years, and I worked on the areas where I need to develop, and that is how that landed me to Harvard today. Yeah.
Hmm. Got it. It's very interesting to see. So, can you please go in a little more depth? Like, how was the process for you specifically? Like, what all did you worked on? If we have to be a little bit specific for the general audience, right? And what are the challenges you
Sure.
faced? How did you decided your course? What you want to do? I think, of course, there were some inclinations, but yeah, maybe it would be better to hear it from you, right? Like, how was that entire mindset of Sneha in 2018 when she was just focused on this, right? कि ठीक है यार मेरे को हार्वर्ड के लिए करना है जो भी है जैसा भी है. How to go at it? How, like, can you just dive into a little bit of that journey?
Sure, sure.
Hmm.
So basically, after deciding, that I'm not going to
Hmm.
Canada, and of course, it was a phase of 3-4 months when I was depressed and thinking a lot, because as a girl, their parents, who's always there to ring a bell, hey, get married, if nothing
Yeah.
is working out, get married, yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
So but I got in touch with Ekadamar Foundation, where
Hmm.
I was selected as a first fellow,
Hmm.
and this changed my whole perspective, because this gave me a platform where I can not just showcase my talent but also learn leadership skills. So when it comes to my weaknesses, I worked on my communication skill. I started building my own story, because when you are aiming for such high institution, it's not just always a grades,
हाँ
right?
जी.
It is
Hmm.
also the story that you make, and your story is only your story, right? It
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
nobody can, make it, shape it, nothing can do, right? You can
Hmm.
always improvise your own story, but your story is going to be only yours.
Hmm.
So while working with Ekadamar Foundation, I think I was leading the high school leadership program, and that is when I started working on my writing skills, my communication skills, learning more about education, why it is needed,
Hmm. Hmm.
and the course that I selected, which was learning design, innovation, and technology. The program which I was running, it had everything. So we have entrepreneurship boot camps, we have, so many exciting research oriented and learning by experimenting, all those aspects in my
हाँ जी.
program. So
Hmm.
I think those experiences has added impact on my own profile, and I got to learn more about it. So when I was writing my SOP, I did talk about my experiences of life. I did talk about what all I have learned in life and what else Howard can contribute and what I can give back to my cohort, right? So
Hmm.
how the cohort of Howard of this year is going to be helped by my experiences, so they really see to aspect what are you coming for, and how our cohort is going to be helped by you, why you are coming, right? How is this going to benefit this batch of 2023, right?
Hmm.
So all that is very much important, that what are you bringing to the table, right? So I
Hmm.
think one must learn that it is not that what I am seeking, but what I am contributing to them, right? So I should also have substantial amount of knowledge and learning to share with my friends and my fellows. So these both aspects help. And in terms of Harvard or any Ivy League or any other college, I think they really see the holistic perspective. It's not just the grades or marks, or they are just a part of it, but they always see the holistic viewpoint, your 360 evaluation,
Hmm.
that what you are capable of doing. And it is okay that if I cannot do one aspect right, I'm going to learn there, right? But have you identified those areas, right?
Hmm.
And what are the areas I really need to work on, right? So, and while picking up the course, why this course is meant for you and why you are coming to this course, so both
Hmm.
ways. So I think these are the few questions that it cannot be answered within a night. You really need years of knowing yourself to answer these questions, because it is
हाँ जी.
only you who can answer this question,
हाँ
right?
जी.
So
हाँ
I
जी.
think all
हाँ
of
जी.
that really matters. Yeah.
हाँ जी. हाँ जी. आई थिंक एक बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट आपने अभी आउटलाइन किया कि यूजुअली जब हम ऐसे इंस्टीट्यूट्स में लाइक हमारा माइंडसेट होता है इंडियन माइंडसेट, हम कितना लीच कर सकते हैं, राइट? कितना ज़्यादा स्केर्सिटी माइंडसेट से हम फंक्शन करते हैं, हम कितना लीच कर सकते हैं. बट द स्विच दैट यू फ्लिप्ड इज द ऑफ हैविंग एन अबंडेंस माइंडसेट, और मे बी यू बिकेम सो राइट इन द प्रोसेस कि मैं क्या वैल्यू दे सकती हूँ, राइट? इन द प्रोसेस आई थिंक दैट इज व्हाट a subtle distinction had come in. So coming to that value wala aspect, of course I think you also have this foundation, right, which you talked about recently only, Ekadam or foundation, if I'm pronouncing the name correct. So can you also talk about specifically how you started with these guys, and like what basically